Hello, BookTube, from both of us. I'm here for that melancholy moment, the last mail haul of the week. It's not a big mail haul, only a few packages, but I know ahead of time that the last thing, the thing we'll end on, it's not a box, but it is the best thing in this mail haul. I know this, as though by psychic medium. So we'll start with the others, the things that are runners-up. They are necessarily runners-up. We'll do this first one. What is this first one? Okay, great. Fantastic. This is a person whose name just came up yesterday. This is... This is a paperback reprint of an earlier book, I believe. Let me be sure of that so that I don't lead you astray. Yes, this is a paperback reprint of a 2018 book by A.E. Stallings, the translator of the battle between the frogs and the mice that we saw the other day, and also a great translator just in general. And this is her volume of poetry called Light. That's coming out is a paperback in September. And the sheet here has only praise. It does not have any description. But that's all right. It's a slim volume of poetry. Maybe we'll work our way through it in September to get back to Poetry Tuesdays. So that's great. That's someone whose poetic sensibilities I already trust because of the translations that I've seen. So that's a great way to start. Good. Still can't compete with the last item in this mail haul, but it's still a great way to start. So let's see what this next one is. Oh, good Lord. It's another slim volume of poetry. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this comes out in November. And it is Stephen Dunn's Pagan Virtues. Let's arrange this. You don't care about the books. If it's going to block Frida, you'll all riot in the streets, so we'll arrange it so that it doesn't. This is his meditative and incisive new collection from the author of the Pulitzer Prize-winning Different Hours. Okay. And he's the author of 19 poetry collections and was a finalist for the National Book Critics Circle Award and a recipient of the Academy Award for Literature. A distinguished professor emeritus at Richard Stockton University, he lives in Frostburg, Maryland. So that's another slim volume of poetry. This one is still a 2019 release, so I will still get to it. But I won't get to it right away. I'll be reading Light a lot sooner than I'll be reading this. But we now have 2 volumes of poetry. So let's see what this third one is. We have this package and then the final package. The final package is the winner of the day, and I'm counting it. Okay, all right. Now I was kind of curious. I think that pretty much every mail haul that we have from now on is going to feature a 2020 release. And I was curious where they were in this one, and here it is. This is the great romance author Jane Ann Prince. And this is The Vanishing, where she's one of those authors like Nora Roberts that goes wherever she wants to, so she doesn't always write. She writes suspense novels as well. And this is the gripping romantic suspense trilogy fraught with danger and enigma. Okay, so is this the first one? Is this the first book in a series? Let us see. The Queen of Romantic Thrillers. That's what we're calling her. Okay. This is the first book in a series set around the mysterious and atmospheric Pacific Northwest town of Fog Lake. In Fog Lake, outsiders are not welcome. I don't imagine you'd have many outsiders with a name like that. In fact, you can't find the town at all, as maps are prohibited by the town council and technology mysteriously malfunctions within its limits. Olivia LeClaire and Catalina Lark, like many fellow Fog Lake residents, have grown up with the inherent suspicion of others, as well as a set of unnatural abilities. Oh, okay, so this isn't just going to be suspense. This is going to be supernatural. As adults, they have learned to use both to best advantage, and in doing so, successfully establish their own private investigation firm in Seattle. Huh. I would think that if a place like Fog Lake really hated outsiders, it would also very much discourage people from leaving. But one morning, Olivia doesn't turn up for work. As Catalina begins to fear the worst, a stranger arrives at the offices of Lark and LeClaire to enlist her services in solving recent murders of collectors of paranormal artifacts. Though initially unwilling to help, Slater Arganbright... That's the stranger. Slater Arganbright. Both Catalina and Slater soon realize that Olivia's disappearance is connected with the murders Slater is sent to investigate. The events could even be tied to another murder, a much older and unresolved case whose only witness were 2 young girls, Olivia and Catalina. Okay, so you can tell already, this comes out in January, and you can tell already that you're dealing with an author who is just sinfully smooth in what she does, or maybe excessively smooth in what she does. This sounds, with that last bit, that last detail, that these things might be connected, of course they will be connected, to an older murder that has only 2 witnesses, and it's our two protagonists. The minute you read a detail like that, you know it's a Jane Ann Krentz novel, and it's going to be done really well, so I won't be getting to it until next year, but it's good to know that I have a bunch of high-octane thrillers waiting for me, should I return. And now we are up to the last package, and I'm counting it as a package even though it's not a book. It's a magazine, but it comes to me in a package. I'm going to have to open it, same as I would any book. And it's not just any magazine, it's one of the greatest magazines in the history of the world. So we're going to open it, and it will be the highlight of this mail haul. And I am referring, of course, to National Geographic. And this is a special issue all about the Arctic. So is this going to be everything? Yes, it is. Okay, and there's a mysterious envelope here. Is this a map of the Arctic? National Geographic maps are a treat all on their own. They are a treat all on their own. Oh no! Oh no! All right, it's not a National Geographic map. It's one of those wine clubs again, complete with gift voucher cards. Good Lord, I don't need that. I only drink when I have company. Otherwise, you don't get anything done. Getting tipsy, buzzed, or outright drunk is anathema to work. And that's fine. That's what it's for. That's why it's so enjoyable, because when you have decided that it's time for you to take a break from work, there's nothing better. But you can't work and do that. That absolutely does not work. So I don't do it anymore. But this is, every issue of National Geographic just roves all over the place. Even an issue like this that has a theme. Most of the issues in the year don't. This one has a theme, but even the ones with themes will still wander all over the theme. I'm just wondering if I will have anything special to attract my attention in this. I mean, I'm interested in the Arctic anyway, but okay. Asked and answered. One of the articles is on my babies. One of the articles is on Arctic wolves. Okay, all right, fine. So that means there will be... I mean, I will love this whole issue. There isn't an issue of National Geographic that I don't love. But there'll be one particular article in here that I love beyond all reason. There'll be a whole article. There'll be a whole article on my babies, on Arctic wolves. I am the only person on BookTube who has ever reached out his hand and sunk his fingers deep into the fur of an adult Arctic wolf who is not in a zoo, in the wild. I'm the only person on BookTube who has ever done that. I'd be willing to bet I'm one of the only people in the world who's ever done that. I have known them in all their moods, in all their weathers, in their homes. Oh, wow. Incredible. There are a bunch of adolescents squaring off with some mock socks. That's going to be great. I will save that article in this issue for last and read all the rest of this first. But I already know that this is going to be better than anything that I read in this mail haul. It's just a great magazine. It's the whole world dropped on your doorstep once a month, and that's just incredible. Boy, there's an article on Arctic wolves. I'm sure there will be mentions here of how they are intruding on towns. They're intruding more and more on towns. Yeah, okay, wow. There's a great picture of them actually intruding on a town. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to have to resist not going straight to that article. But I will. I will read the whole issue. So there you go. That is our last mail haul of the week. Had a highlight for me. Something that I don't have to worry about when I'm going to read it. I'm going to consume it as soon as I finish this video. And I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm going to like it. I know I'm going to love it. It's National Geographic. Of course, I'm going to love it. With the signature orange spine. So I guess that's the takeaway message of this mail haul. If you don't subscribe to National Geographic, you should save your pennies, get up the scratch, and subscribe to them. Fantastic. Okay. Great. So there will be an article on Arctic wolves. All right. So we have National Geographic, a special issue on the Arctic and the fact that it's vanishing. We have The Vanishing, Jane Ann Krentz's supernatural thriller coming out in January. Now we have 2 slim volumes of poetry. One, Like, by A.E. Stallings, and one, Pagan Virtues, by Stephen Dunn, which are this year. And Like is a paperback reprint, so I don't have to pay too much attention to the idea of reviewing it. Of course, if there's someone out there who specializes in poetry, I get a lot of poetry, and I don't specialize in reviewing it myself. If you want to try your hand at reviewing, and poetry is your thing, then sing out in the comments field or email me. And I've had a couple of people mention, wait, I missed the video where you give your email. To the horror of all my friends, if you simply Google my name, one of the first things that comes up is my email. So I don't have to say it in every video. If you Google my name, you will learn 2 things right away. One is my email, and the second is that I was a prize-winning jockey in the Victorian era. One of those things is true, and one of them, despite my best efforts at contacting Wikipedia or various UK sites, is not true. If you met me in person, you would see I am too tall and too fat to be a jockey. It's a different guy. But anyway, that is our last mail haul of the week, so I'm going to wrap this up for now. But I will be back. We have plenty else to talk about. Probably not a 5-video day. But I think I've been abusing the privilege there, although a lot of you have been very nice to say there's no such thing as too much Steve. That's a very nice thing to say, but day after day after day of 5-video days is it's a little much. So I'll wrap this up for now, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.